Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade. NaLyssa Smith, CHRISTIE sides, two of the biggest detriments to the Indiana Fever success this past season, two of the biggest obstacles to the Indiana Fever, two of the biggest hindrances to the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark moving forward were, in fact, CHRISTIE sides and NaLyssa Smith. This morning, we get an introductory press conference from our new glorious leader, Kelly Krauskopf, and she gives us some information surrounding the future of Kelsey Mitchell and re-signing her. She is a big piece to the Indiana Fever's future, gives us a glimpse into NaLyssa Smith, and her future with the team. But most importantly, Kelly Krauskopf seems to give some type of backing to one abomination named CHRISTIE sides. Folks, I don't want to say all hope is lost, but what Kelly Krauskopf had to say surrounding CHRISTIE sides definitely sucked the air out of the room. And by the room, I mean this room. I mean the room that I am currently sitting in. It completely blew my mind that we got such positive feedback that I'm feeling CHRISTIE sides might unfortunately be here to stay. But first things first, Kelsey Mitchell, Kelly Krauskopf delivered some positive words about one Kelsey Mitchell. And for those of you who didn't hear it, let's take a listen to what Kelly Krauskopf had to say.
I'll start with Kelsey Mitchell. She was a player that was drafted in the last group that I was part of. So Pokey Chapman was our coach and GM. I went to see Kelsey play at USA Basketball in Santa Barbara at one of their workout camps, and I called Pokey and I said, I'm watching our draft pick right now. She's going to be a star, this player. She's going to be a dynamic guard for us for years to come. So we wouldn't be where we are today without Kelsey Mitchell. She's clearly a very foundational piece. She's got 7 years of being in and out of this building. She went through a lot as we were preparing to be even better, as a better place to play, a new practice court, a new arena, all the remodels. Kelsey went through all of that, and she got better. She never put her head down. She kept playing hard and did everything she could. So she's extremely important to the success of the future. We intend to, have lots of conversations and make sure she knows that. But I think she does know that. And look, Amber and I, we're both, as general managers, she's going to be doing a lot of the day-to-day groundwork. For me, we're both going to be talking to agents. We're both going to be talking to the team. We'll be making those basketball decisions together, but and certainly have our scouts out and making sure that we're covering what we need to cover. But looking forward to working with her. She's been a part of really building a lot of different teams, so she brings in varied experiences, knows a lot of people around the league, a lot of agents. So looking forward to working with her.
Now, Kelly Krauskopf, she was part of the Indiana Fever regime that drafted Kelsey Mitchell. So she's clearly a very good talent evaluator. She's part of the Indiana Pacers group that traded for Tyrese Halliburton. So she understands in today's landscape of basketball what you need at the helm of your team. Amber Cox, she built numerous championship attending teams when she was with the Phoenix Mercury, and she helped construct this Connecticut Sun team, and she's also been part of the Dallas Wings most recently. So both of these women understand talent, know how to put a team together, but most importantly, in Kelly's case, knows how to put a championship team together. So hopefully we do re-sign Kelsey Mitchell. Hopefully we do keep that core three together of Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell. And Kelly, you need to give Kelsey whatever she wants. Whatever dollar amount Kelsey Mitchell wants to stay with the Indiana Fever, you need to give it to her, as not only does she deserve it, but she has, ready for it, WNBA 46,000 old fans, she has earned it. Kelsey Mitchell has earned every dollar that's going to be coming her way, not only by her play, but through her loyalty as well. If you were with me through my worst, Kelsey, you need to be with us when we're at our best. So I appreciate what Kelly Krauskopf had to say right there. She also talks about Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark. She talks about how you would be foolish if you don't want to be part of this team that they are currently building here in Indiana.
Yes, we are. We're definitely in a position, and I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her. She, much like Tyrese Halliburton, she gets you the ball in places that you didn't even know you were open, because she passes to space, she finds openings and ways to free up other players. So, I look at just really how her and Kelsey work together and the efficiency of the offense because of the way that she plays the game. Yes, we are.
I would think that if you were a smart basketball player and you watched the way Caitlin Clark plays, you would want to play with her. And that is a perfect segue into the next two women we are going to be covering. The next two individuals that Kelly Krauskopf talks about. Let's start with NaLyssa Sack of Potatoes Smith. The one who falls down more than she stands up. And she falls down. She's not doing what Lexi Hull does and dive for loose balls. No, she falls down because she's just not coordinated. She has her patented move, her signature move. Spin move brick, spin move brick, spin move brick, get to the line, shoot free throws, brick, brick. NaLyssa Smith, the one who goes on Twitter and cries when the offense isn't surrounded around her. The one who goes on Twitter and laughs at the fans when she misses her free throws, when she has a bad game. Folks, don't you dare think for a second we forgot about the emotional wreck that is NaLyssa Smith, the soft power forward of the Indiana Fever. Y'all mad as you know what after she had a completely horrendous game. Hearing from it from the fans, she gets on Twitter, passive aggressive, you know she's really crying inside, says y'all mad as you know what. Then Dejanay Carrington tweets out, see what happens when my girl gets some touches? And NaLyssa Smith responds, fun while it lasted, babe. NaLyssa, you are trash. Every game that we decide to force feed you the ball always seems to be the worst the offense looks. Every game we do the patented paint touches, paint touches, paint touches. The offense seems to look the worst it has always looked. Again, folks, CHRISTIE Size and NaLyssa Smith are the two biggest obstacles the Indiana Fever need to overcome heading into the future. And don't you think that she didn't come back with a passive-aggressive, make sure that apology is just as loud as the disrespect was. Why? Because you had one decent game. Now we all need to apologize. You had one semi-okay game. Now we all need to apologize. We don't need trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers on this team. We don't need let me go run to Twitter and tweet out my emotional feelings on this team. We don't need somebody who brings unnecessary drama, unwarranted attention on this team. We want somebody whose main focus is about ball. Someone whose main focus is about uplifting the team. Someone whose main focus is about being a star in their role. Not a star, but a star in their role. Trust me, the Indiana Fever have enough stars. We need role players now. And NaLyssa Smith didn't seem comfortable settling into her role. And CHRISTIE Sides, CHRISTIE, you're so fine, it blows my mind. Hey, CHRISTIE, CHRISTIE, you need to get fined. You need to get fined so much it blows my mind because your coaching this season has been nothing short of an abomination. I can only criticize NaLyssa Smith's game so much, but I can talk about your coaching decision that decides to leave her in the game. I can talk about your coaching decisions that waits until the last possible minute to make in-game adjustments. I can blame your coaching decisions that decided to wait until game number 42 in the season to finally start the 5 best players on this team. Let's hear what Kelly Krauskopf had to say about passive-aggressive, I need to go on Instagram and Twitter to complain, NaLyssa Smith.
Came in after the exit interview, and she made it very clear that she was not happy with her role, and she had a couple of posts on Instagram that sounded like farewell notes. What is her future here in Indiana?
Well, I think there's always players that probably end seasons that wish it would have gone better for them, or they have different views. I'm not going to tell you I know exactly what her future looks like. She's a part of our team right now, and she's an important part of the team. So she's a tremendous talent. She's was a big part of how the team got to where they got to this year. Obviously, I didn't see every single game, but look, we're going to evaluate everything and have those types of discussions with her and her agent. But I've done this long enough where not every player is happy at the end of the season, and you don't panic, you don't react, you just stay the course. And my job is to make sure we put the best team we can.
You don't panic, you don't overreact, you just stay the course. Hey, NaLyssa, I got a brand new pair of boots for you. These boots were made for walking, and that's what they're gonna do. And one of these days, these boots are going to walk far away from the Indiana Fever. Again, I am nominating myself. I will pack your bags for you. I will pay for the plane ticket for you. I will get you the Greyhound bus on my own dime if that's what it takes for you to get out of Indiana Fever. To get out of the Indiana Fever. I will foot the bill personally. Folks, what I just heard from Kelly right there sounded like we're not courting her. She's not in our future. I'm not going to overreact because she put out a few passive-aggressive tweets, because she went on Instagram crying. She thinks she needs a bigger role on this team. She needs a lesser role on this team. She needs a role that encompasses, hey, Kate, you need some water? Hey, Kelsey, you need some water? Hey, Tammy, you need some water? Hey, Erica, you need some water? Hey, Lexi, you need some water? That's the role that NaLyssa Smith should have on this Indiana Fever team. And if that's not the role she's going to have, let her go. Let her get signed by the Valkyrie. Don't waste a core or a contract on NaLyssa Smith. Because at the end of the day, we already have seen what type of player she is. She's the type of player that every time she plays against her boo thing, she's more interested in giving her the ball than scoring for her own team. Every time she's playing with her against her boo thing, she's more interested in tipping the ball to her instead of tipping the ball to her own team. Every time she's playing her boo thing, she's more interested in throwing the game in every way imaginable than contributing in a positive way for the Indiana Fever. So please, Kelly, don't give me this lip service and have it just die on arrival. Make the right decision when it comes to coring these players. Now, last but not least, drum roll please. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the moment where CHRISTIE Sides gets trashed by Kelly Krauskopf. If only it was that simple. If only the woodpecker flies. You guys can finish the poem. Oh, no, no. Kelly Krauskopf delivers some positive words about CHRISTIE Sides, and I am sick to my stomach after what I heard.
Just kind of looking back on this season, last season, kind of from across the street, just how would you evaluate CHRISTIE Sides and kind of her performance as a first-time head coach so far?
Yeah, I mean, what a roller coaster ride for her. I was smart enough to know that the schedule was stacked against a young team early in the season, and the way that they weathered the storm, got into a groove, after the Olympic break. I mean, I think she finished 18-12, after those first 10 games, and then of course went 7-4 in the last 11, and 3 of those losses were against teams in the finals. So for a young team to make that kind of progress, I mean, it's hard to not be impressed. I think the outside noise, what she had to endure as a coach, and what they had to endure as a staff to keep that team focused and together. I mean, it takes time. It took a long time for teams that I had to gel and to get together. I mean, years. It doesn't happen in 4 months. It takes a few years. So I was really impressed with the progress that they made and how, CHRISTIE is a resilient leader. She's a culture builder. I know just that she's got that kind of, stamina to stick to it and stick to her plan. And she's a good person and she's a great leader, and I was impressed with the way they finished.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why does it have to be like this? Folks, I think we're getting another year of CHRISTIE Sides. I think we're getting another year of paint touches, paint touches, paint touches. I think we're getting another year of together, together, together. Folks, this is CHRISTIE Sides in a nutshell right here.
I want to take them to that next level.
Caitlin Clark getting ready to run a play. CHRISTIE Sides, dumbass, calling the play off, being the point guard, shooing Caitlin Clark away, only for this to end up in a turnover. CHRISTIE Sides is an absolute fucking dumbass! CHRISTIE Sides is an idiot! Oh my god. Now, I hope those were just some nice words, but folks, I don't think I'm wrong on this one. I think we're getting another year of the worst coach in the WNBA. I think we're getting another year of the worst coach in the WNBA. How can you be impressed by anything you saw from CHRISTIE Sides last year? CHRISTIE Sides doesn't know how to manage a game, doesn't know how to make adjustments in the game, doesn't know what the best lineups are 41 games into the season, doesn't understand how to call a timeout, doesn't even know that she can call a timeout, doesn't know that when a team is going on a 12-0 run, CHRISTIE, that is a perfect time to call a timeout, doesn't understand that Caitlin Clark is the best player on this team, doesn't understand that Caitlin Clark needed the green light from the word go, doesn't understand that saying, hey, Caitlin, we don't want threes, we just want long twos, is a complete terrible decision. Doesn't understand that slowing down the pace and feeding the ball to Aaliyah Boston or NaLyssa Smith or Dantas or Katie Lou are terrible decisions. CHRISTIE Sides is going to stay around for another year. How in the world can you watch any of the games from last year and say, yes, this is a coach of the future? How can you see the Indiana Fever winning the games after the Olympic break and think to yourself, this is because CHRISTIE Sides, and not think, oh, this is because Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are completely dominating the other team. Oh, this is because Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell have their backpacks on and are carrying this entire team. How can you come to the conclusion that the turnaround this Indiana Fever team has saw post-Olympic break was because of CHRISTIE Sides and not because of the best backcourt in the WNBA. How can you see them go up against the Lynx, fail miserably twice? How can you see them go up against the Aces, fail miserably twice, and say, this is a coach that made sound coaching decisions. We just weren't talented enough to compete with those teams? How can you even have that thought to yourself? I don't even understand how that can be a possibility, folks. Kelly Crosskoff got rid of Lynn Dunn. She's going to get rid of NaLyssa Smith. And we're all looking at her like she's Anakin. But as soon as she decides to keep CHRISTIE sides, she is now Vader. If we start next season with CHRISTIE sides as our head coach, Kelly. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please, Kelly, I'm begging of you. Don't look at these people on Twitter saying, oh, CHRISTIE sides. Oh, she's so good. Please, I beg you, don't do that. Listen to me. Listen to me. Get CHRISTIE the hell out of here. Go get yourself a Mark Jackson, somebody who played for the Pacers. Go get yourself a real coach that doesn't have relationships with the players, allegedly. Just a joke. No offense, CHRISTIE and CHRISTIE. Sides, you guys get the point. Please, get you a coach with a backbone that says, yeah, NaLyssa, I don't care that you're crying on Twitter. Your ass is on the bench. Get you a coach like that, please. We're trying to win. You came in and you gave us hope. As Obi-Wan would say, you were the chosen one. Please, don't do this to us, Kelly. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. I appreciate all the support. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. I would so greatly appreciate it. As always, take it easy.